Good morning, students. In this video we will discuss about parts of flower part 2. So in part 1 video we had discussed about the sepals and petals, that is calyx and corolla. In this video we will discuss about the stamen and carpel, which is the Androecium and Gynoecium. So what is Androecium? So Androecium is composed of stamens. Each stamen, which represents the male reproductive organ, consists of a stalk or a filament and an anther. So androecium means the all the stamen of a flower is collectively known as androecium. And if we'll talk about stamen, so these stamen, they represents the male reproductive organ of a flower, and these stamen they consist of two parts, anther and filament. So this is a diagram of one single stamen. So a single stamen consists of two parts, that anther, and second part is the filament. Each anther is usually bilobed and each lobe has two chambers. The pollen sacs, the pollen grains are produced in pollen sacs. Now each anther is usually bilobed structure. So this is very important. Each anther, it is a bilobed structure and each lobe has two chambers. Each lobe of anther will possess two chambers, and within these chamber sac like structure will present, which is known as pollen sac, and inside pollen sac the pollen grains they will remain present. So this is the diagram of a transverse section of anther. If we will cut the transverse section of anther, then we can clearly observe that anther, it is a bilobed structure. So in this diagram you can see that this is a one lobe and this is the another lobe. So bilobe, bi means two, so mature anther, it is a two lobed structure, and each lobe will possess two chambers. So this is the first chamber, this is the second chamber. So in each lobe how many chambers are there? Two chambers are present. In this lobe also two chambers are present. In this lobe also two chambers are present, and inside this chamber sac like structure will remain present, which is known as pollen sac, and inside pollen sac the male gamete, which is the pollen grains, which will remain present. The sterile stamen is called staminode. So from staminode also question can come. What is staminode? So the sterile stamen of a flower, that stamen which will not able to produce the pollen grains, so such stamen is known as staminode. So in this diagram you can see that this is the staminode. Now stamens of a flower may be united with other members such as petals or among themselves. Now these stamens, they may be united with other members of a flower such as petals, or among themselves also they can remain fused. So if the stamens, so when stamens are attached to the petals, so they are epipetalous as in brinjal, or epiphyllous when attached to the perianth as in the flower of lily. So when the stamen, they will remain attached with the petals of a flower, then such condition is known as epipetalous condition. So this epipetalous condition is very important. So what is epipetalous condition? When stamen, they will remain attached with, they will remain fused with the petals of a flower, then this condition is known as epipetalous condition. On the other hand, if the stamen, they will remain fused with the perianth. Perianth means, perianth is commonly seen in lily plant, lily flower, where the sepals and petals they get fused together and they will form a common structure which is known as tepal, and all the tepals of a flower is collectively known as perianth. So when a stamen, they will remain fused with the perianth, then such condition is known as epiphyllous condition. So we have to remember that epipetalous and epiphyllous along with the example. Epipetalous condition is seen in brinjal, epiphyllous condition is seen in lily flower. Now the stamens in a flower may either remain free or may be united in varying degree. So these stamen which remain present in a flower, so fusion or fusion can be seen in These stamen also within the flower. The stamens may be united into one bunch or one bundle. So this condition is known as monoadelphous condition, as in China rose, or two bundles. This condition is known as diadelphous condition, as in pea, or into more than two bundles, polyadelphous condition, as in citrus plant. So on the basis of the fusion of stamen, we can categorize this into monoadelphous condition, diadelphous condition, and polyadelphous condition. So on what basis we are going to categorize? On the basis of the fusion of stamen, uh, on the basis of the union of the stamen. So one by one we will discuss. So first we will discuss about the monoadelphous condition. So in monoadelphous condition, what will happen? So the filament part of the stamen, they will fuse together and they will form one bundle. But we have to remember that the anther part of all the stamen, they will remain free. Suppose for example, if there are 10 stamens present in any flower, then the filament part of all the 10 stamen, they will get fused together and they will form one single bundle, and but the anther part of all the 10 stamen, they will remain free. So such condition is known as monoadelphous condition. In case of diadelphous condition, di means two and adelphous means bundles, so formation of two bundles will take place. So suppose that if there are 10 stamens present in any flower, and the filament part of 9 stamen, they will fuse together to form one bundle, and the one single stamen, it will remain free. So finally formation of two bundles will take place. So this condition is known as diadelphous condition. In polyadelphous condition, what will happen? Poly means many or several, so many bundles will form. Suppose that if there are 10 stamens present in flower, so the filament part of 3 stamen, they will fuse together to form one bundle. The next 3 stamen, the filament part, they will fuse together to form the second bundle, and the rest 4 stamen, the filament part of these 4 stamen, they will fuse together and to form one more bundle. Then this condition is known as polyadelphous condition. Now there may be a variation in the length of filaments within a flower, as in salvia and mustard. So it may be observed that in the same flower the length of filament varies. Maybe the some stamen, they will possess the larger filament, and the some stamen within the same flower will have shorter length of filament. So now we will discuss about the gynoecium. So what is gynoecium? All the carpel of a flower is collectively known as gynoecium. So gynoecium is a female reproductive part of flower and is made up of one or more carpels. So that stamen was the male reproductive part. Similarly, carpel is the female reproductive part, and all the carpels of a flower is known as gynoecium. So this is a structure of one single carpel, which is also known as pistil. Pistil. So this is a carpel which is made up of three different parts: stigma, style, and ovary. So what are the different parts of carpel? Carpel consists of three different parts: stigma, style, and ovary. So stigma is the flattened structure over which pollen grains they will land, and style is a tubular structure which will connect ovary to the stigma, and ovary is a swollen base like structure, and inside the ovary ovules will remain present. So a carpel consists of three parts, namely stigma, style, and ovary. Ovary is the enlarged basal part on which lies the elongated tube, the style. The style connects the ovary to the stigma. The stigma is usually at the tip of the style and is the receptive surface for pollen grains. So about the carpel is given in this slide, that what is the function of ovary, style, and stigma. Now each ovary bears one or more ovules attached to a flattened cushion-like structure known as placenta. So what is placenta? So placenta, it is a cushion-like structure, as you can see in this diagram. So inside this ovary, what we can see, these ovules are present. So these rounded structures are what? Ovules. So inside ovary, how many ovules you can see? So there are 6 ovules, they are present. So these ovules, they will remain present, or they will remain attached with a cushion like structure, and this cushion like structure is known as placenta. So we have to remember that on that ovules, they will remain attached with a cushion like structure, and this cushion like structure is known as placenta. Now when more than one carpel is present, they may be free and are called apocarpous. They are termed syncarpous when carpels are fused, as in mustard and tomato. So here also two important terms are given: apocarpous condition and syncarpous condition. So when the carpel, suppose that if more than one carpel is present in any flower, and if this carpel, they will remain free from each other. Apo means free, so this condition is known as apocarpous condition. In this diagram, two carpels are present, and these two carpels, they are free from each other, so this condition is known as apocarpous condition. But in diagram number 3 and 4, we can clearly see that fusion of carpels. So two carpels, they are fused together, so this condition is known as syncarpous condition. So we have to remember, in apocarpous condition, carpels will remain free. In syncarpous condition, the carpels, they will remain united or fused. Examples also we have to remember. What will be the example of apocarpous condition? Example is lotus and rose. What will be the example of syncarpous condition? So example will be the mustard and tomato. So after fertilization, the ovules develop into seeds and the ovary matures into a fruit. So this is a very important point. So after the process of double fertilization and triple fusion, what will happen? The ovule part, it will form the seed, and the ovary, it will matures into fruit. So this much only in this video. In next video we will discuss about placentation, and what are the different types of placentation. Thank you.